There we go. Beautiful. Oh, that's a big bass, guys. All right, let's give this a try. Saw something bust over here. Let's go try it out over here. I'm using a buzz bait. It's a little early for a buzz bait, but there's been a lot of cracking on the surface. So I thought I'd give it a shot. See what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky with the buzz bait today. Had a lot of success with the buzz bait over this way in the past. All right, after this, I'm gonna do this for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna try out that SMH again. One. Come on, man. Must be a turtle or something. Seemed to boil up on it, but didn't do anything. Yeah, it's a turtle. There's one right there. Yeah, I figured this might be a little too early, but you never know unless you give it a try. It was worth giving it a try. I'm gonna try over here in the middle. Maybe there's some over here on beds or something. This would be a good place for them to create some beds, because this place right here rarely ever gets bone dry. So it's a good shallow area that doesn't get completely dry when the water goes out. Oh. That was a big fish. Could have been a gar and it could have been a grinnell, but whatever it was pretty good size. We're gonna get ready to try that shaky head. All right, we're about to switch it up. I'm gonna try the SMH. Not surprised that this didn't work. It's a little, like I said, it's a little early for a buzz bait back here yet. All right, let's go give it a shot. I'm gonna try it in the same spot real quick. I know I saw something bust over there. I'm hoping that the buzz bait didn't lock its jaws up. It could have. There we go. That was something. That's a small bass. All right. SMH at it again. I didn't know if I'd catch anything or not over here, but we did. Whoop, lost him. He still counts. Well, that proves that they are here. They're in here right now, and that's what we want. So let's give it a try again. I didn't know he was so subtle. I didn't even feel the strike, man. Didn't even feel the strike. Let's see if there's another one on that bed. I bet that was a bedding bass. Let's see if there's another one over there, the same area. They're either on beds now or they're staging. I think they're in here. This would be a perfect place for them to spawn. There's one right there, I think. Little bass fought really hard though. There it is. Oh, man, had it, but we're gonna get that fish. You give me a few minutes. All right, I wanna say that these bass are bedded up, so I'm pretty sure I keep dropping it over there, we're gonna get bit again. Yep. There we go. I think I'm correct on the bedding. This one's a bigger fish, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's a bigger fish. Putting up a heck of a fight, man. Just really bulldogging me on this rod. That's a good fish. Yeah. I think that first fish we caught was the male. I think we got the female here. Beautiful fish. Yeah, see her there. I think we got mama. That's awesome. Look how dark she is. That's a real pretty bass, man. Real pretty fish. All right, guys, let's let her loose. Here she goes. You ready? Let's get you back in here. Well, that's two. Those were obviously bedding bass because I was able to put it over there several times and finally agitated them enough to get bit. So I think we may find some more of them in here. This is a really good spot, like I say, for a spawn. I'm gonna try one more over there just in case it's not a bedding situation and maybe they're just stacked up over here for whatever reason. And we'll see what happens here. I'm pretty confident those were bedding bass though. First one was the male. The big one we pulled out was the female. I wish I had my canoe ready. I could just go all up in there. I bet there's bass all the way up into the head of this thing. You know, we're just in the mouth of this cove right here, and I bet they're all the way to the back of this cove. So that's one thing about fishing bedding bass, guys. You know, if you cast it over to an area and you get hit, and you suspect that there's a bedding bass over there, keep at it. Don't give up on it, man, because you might have to cast over to that bass several times before they decide to actually get aggressive enough to eat. Now, you'll get some pecks, what I call pecks. They'll bite that lure and they'll drag it up off of their nest and drop it. Sometimes you'll get lucky and hook up that way, but a lot of times you're just gonna have to be persistent and cast to that same spot over and over and over again. Eventually you'll piss that bass off enough that he'll or she'll eat it. Persistence, that's all it is. Now sometimes you'll see what I'm doing here. Every now and then you'll see a boil on the surface. Could be a turtle, could be a fish. I'll always cast to that boil just to see what it is. A lot of times it's gonna be a turtle. But what you wanna do when you're fishing like that, you don't wanna cast right on top of the boil. Right? Because if you do that and it is a fish, you're gonna spook that fish. So what I'll do is I'll cast a couple of feet in front of it and then I'll bring it right through there. Oh wow, I don't know what that was. I think that was a grinnell. Right here at my feet. He's probably been sitting there watching me. There's one there. I'll tell you though, that bass, man, that big girl, she fought hard. I think she put up a better fight than that 4 or 5 pounder that I caught the other day, honestly. Now that one was going ballistic, jumping all over the place. It churned that whole boatway up, but this fish was just bulldogging me. Might be getting time to switch this worm. I've caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7 bass on this one worm. The only reason it's tearing up is because one time when it came loose here, the middle of the worm came up over the hook keeper, and it was a pain to get off, and I ended up ripping the worm, getting it off of there. This Elastec, man, is durable stuff. If you can manage not to tear the worm up yourself, the fish ain't gonna do it. You can fish with one of these things forever. Now the challenge of this is I'm not able to see where these beds are, so I'm just kind of guessing. You know, if I was out here on a canoe with a good pair of polarized glasses, I could sight fish, but I'm hoping that those two sitting over there on that bed was a good sign. There'll be a lot more of them in here, but who knows? All right, I think these are turtles. I think this is all turtles over here. I'm gonna switch up my worm because it's having a hard time staying on that hook right. Worm. Here we go. Good stuff right there. All right. Let's try over here by this marsh, see if anything's hanging out in here. All right, I'm getting impatient. All right, I want to try over here where I heard this massive splash earlier. Something there. I think it's a turtle though. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a big fish, dude. Big fish. Nice one. That's better, there we go. Oh, that's a big bass, guys. Oh my God. Oh man. We're talking a nice fish here. Okay, let me get him off the bulkhead. I don't know how well we've got him hooked. Wow. Guys, this is huge. Oh, this is a really good fish. Please let me land this fish. Oh man. Oh, that's 5. This is a 5 at the very least. Oh man, get out of there. I mean, I hooked him, but barely. It's in the tongue. In his palate. That is a massive fish for around here, guys. That is a huge fish for here. Oh my gosh. I knew I heard something over there. All right, we're gonna do something real quick. I wanna get a measurement. This Guggen rod will come in handy today. One feature on the Guggen rod that'll come in real handy today. All right, we'll start it at the 0 here. 20. That's a 20. Very nice fish, dude. Holy smokes. Such a massive fish, guys. All right, let's put this dude back. Oh my gosh. Come on, sweetie. I thought it was a turtle playing with it, and you could see it was on it the whole way. I think I cast it right on top of her. And every time I would pop that worm, she was right on it. And it took a while before she ate it. Whew, man, that'll get the heart pumping. Man, that was a good fish though. Wow. That's 2 in a row. Well, not 2 in a row, but that's 2 fishing trips in a row where I've caught a bass between 4 and 5. I do believe that one broke 5. That was a heavy fish. All right, we're gonna try it again over there because maybe, just maybe, there's a bedding pair over there. But this is that time of year, man. You can catch your biggest fish of the year right now. There's one. Whoa. I think they just pecked it and moved it off the bed, and by the time I set the hook, they'd let go. So instead it came back and tried to catch me right in the face. Let's try this again. That right there was the biggest bass I've caught in a while. Sometimes you catch them like that out here. Well, not in this particular spot, but sometimes I'll catch lots of 5 and 6 pound bass in a year. I've had years where I've caught, a lot. But the last several years, it hasn't been that way, so it's a treat. I mean, it's a treat anytime you catch one, but after the last couple of years that I've had, that's a real treat for me. But that one was 20, right at 20 inches. And it was a heavy fish. I do believe that was a 5 pounder. I caught a 20 incher during the summertime, but it was a skinny 20-incher. Couldn't have been any more than 3.5 or 4 pounds. This one right here was, that bass was built. And I thought it was a turtle. I'm glad I didn't reel it back up thinking it was a turtle, because a lot of times I'll do that because I don't like hooking turtles. I would love to be able to just walk this entire canal, you know, take a whole day and just do this whole canal. Just can't do it right now. I just don't have the time. I bet we'd pull some big ones out of here, I tell you. Uh-oh. That's the sound we want to hear. That was over here by this wood duck box. Hopefully y'all were able to hear that in the camera. That's the only indication that I'm getting right now that they're bass. Every time that I've heard it, I've gone and cast it on where I heard it at, and we've caught a bass. So beautiful, beautiful. I don't know what it is, but I caught it. Told you. It's another good bass, I think. It's not a real big one, but it's a good one. All right. 3 for 3 on that. Hearing them pop the surface like that and then trying to pinpoint where it came from. That's, here we go, y'all. Another decent one. All right, go get big. It's the 3rd time. I'm having a killer day out here today. For it being where I am. I mean, now for those of you guys that don't know, most of you don't, unless you live here, this place doesn't produce for me very much. This particular spot, this little stretch right here, because it's the first stretch that you come to on the refuge. Everybody has access to it. Everybody and their mother stops and fishes here. And I mean, you've got everybody from really experienced anglers to people that have absolutely no experience whatsoever, because, you know, so you've got people coming out here doing all kinds of weird stuff that are scaring the fish. So you don't know, you know, if these fish are gonna just be lockjawed because they're scared to death of every little thing that they see, or how it's gonna go. Really high pressure area, and it's just a really weird area to fish. So it's harder to fish here, it's a challenge. But I've had some luck with some, you know, newer lures that come to the market. They're really good to try here sometimes. Stuff that, you know, people around here probably wouldn't typically use unless they are very experienced anglers. I think what's used here more than anything is a bobber. I think a lot of people come out here and try to fish with live worms and stuff. And so they see a lot of that. At least I think it was a fish. That was a strike on the surface. That was over here on the other side of this stuff. Try that real quick. I'm sticking with what works right now. This is what I've been catching them on today. This is how I've been catching them. I hear that bloop, and then it's on like Donkey Kong. Oh, there's one. Oh, no, no, no. Come on. That was a terrible hook set too. That was a bass though. Tighten up my drag just a tad bit and reset on this fish. Hopefully he's turned around and come back over there. We'll see in a minute. That fish hit it as I was reeling it in to reset, so he's hitting a moving bait. It's another one of those ones, man. If I'd had just a little bit more backbone on this rod, but I'm committed to using this ultralight rod right now. Really been trying to simplify things for myself, because I'll often come out here and bring everything but the kitchen sink, and then I spend more time fishing through my tackle bag and switching rods and stuff than I do fishing. So I've been just trying to go back to basics, man, simplify things and limit what I'm bringing and just use what I bring. Wanted to get it a little further in there, but well, we know what's up now, so I can come over here maybe again tomorrow or the next day and just kind of explore a little more along this canal, see if we can find another pocket of fish hanging around. There's a whole nother, I mean, there's tons more just up to the gate that we can try. I'm just happy there's some fish in here, because with the main part of the refuge being closed right now, I've been really bummed. That's kind of my bread and butter. There's a bite. Oh, shoot. It's so good today, I don't want to go. Oh, that one just didn't quite have it good enough. He's not gonna bite again. I just jacked his jaw. All right, I better rock and roll. Let's save some for next time. So good. So good.